Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm here to do a book review, which I haven't done a book review video in probably 2 months, if I remember correctly. Now, this review here is for Deadly Fate by Angela Marsons, and I am looking at my dashboard to see when I did a series review. It had to be, let me just search her name, because I think in that review, if I'm not mistaken, I did the first 16 books in that series. So if I did the first 16, then I had to have done a video for book number 17. So if I can remember, I will link both of those videos in the description. So what's happening in this book? Book number 18. Yes, 18 books for our detective, and we have to see what Kim Stone is up to now. Now, the name of the series itself is D.I. Kim Stone, Detective Inspector Kim Stone. Now, in this particular book, they find the body of a woman. As their investigation begins, they discover that she's a psychic. So what this book does is it looks at the psychic phenomenon and how the process takes place. In this particular case, or as the investigation deepens, they learn that this psychic, her name was Sandra, there was just something about her and about the way she went about things. Now, what happens in this particular book is Sandra's not the only victim. In fact, in most crime thrillers, there's usually more than one victim. And what Kim does is she segues herself into this world. And it's not just Kim. She has a team, and this team includes Penn. Now, while Kim is investigating not just Sandra's murder, but how the psychic activity is taking place where they are, Penn, one of the detectives on the team, finds the body of a homeless man, and he is determined to find out who that man was and give his family whatever closure they could. Then there's Stacy, and she had her own drama going on. There's Keats, I believe he's the medical examiner. So you have a team, just like in any other crime fiction I've read so far. But as I mentioned, this book is number 18. Why is that important? Because of continuity. Now, when you read books, especially from Bookouture, each book can stand or do well as a standalone. But when you read a book that's part of a series and you read that series in order, you develop a rapport, so to speak, with the characters, with their personal dramas, whatever their situations are. And that's what happens in this case here. However, as mentioned, because of the victim being a psychic and other victims happening in this book, we have to see what the link is and how they can find the killer and why the killer is going after the psychics. Now, I do not involve myself in any aspect of spiritism whatsoever. So I was a little concerned with, okay, am I going to want to read this book? Well, I'm glad to tell you that there was nothing there that would trigger me or mar my conscience in any way. It was just another, not just, I don't want to use the word just. It was another crime thriller, and the victims happened to be psychic. Now, Angela Marsons is quite talented. Anybody that reads her, and sometimes she's called Angie, anybody that reads her knows the real kick out of reading her books. And, you know, when you have Bryant or Penn, Stacy Wood, and of course Kim Stone herself, you've got this team of people that work really hard at trying to get to the bottom of the murders. And what I found interesting is, and I don't want to give any spoilers, is the methodology behind the psychic activity and the psychic victims that they had in this particular book. And again, I mentioned that Penn found the body of a homeless man. And so there was a parallel investigation that went on in this particular book. I will say that if you read this book, you might form a particular opinion about spirit mediums or psychics. I don't have much of an opinion on that activity per se because I don't involve myself in any of it. But the knowledge that this book explained was pretty intriguing. And the fact that there's even another case, a cold case, and that cold case that Penn is determined to solve, that was really, really good. And the last thing I'll mention is that when you read series, you expect the next book, right? Or you anticipate the next book. Guess what? That need for anticipation is going to be warranted as you conclude this book. Yes, the conclusion of this book is going to leave you breathless for book number 19. I haven't gotten any information on book number 19 yet, but I'm sure I will soon enough because I'll get an early read of it. But there it is, Deadly Fate by Angela Marsons. By the way, if you look at my videos for the first 16 books and for book 17, and if you say go to Amazon, Goodreads, or probably even like Fantastic Fiction or wherever you go to look up your books, you'll notice that the entire series got a new facelift. Yes, beautiful, beautiful new covers. In fact, I'm going to bring up Fantastic Fiction just to see if the new covers are on there. And if they are, I will create a graphic and include the new covers. So let's just see if the new graphics. No, on Fantastic Fiction, the new covers aren't there. So let's go back to Goodreads and just see. I want to see a place where all the covers are. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to end this video. And at this part of the video where I'm talking, if I can find the new covers all together, I will include them in an overlay of this particular part of the video. But that's it for Deadly Fate by Angela Marsons. This wasn't one of my better book reviews. It's been a couple of months, maybe even 3 months since I've made a video like this. So bear with me, but I just want to encourage you to go read Deadly Fate. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.